for game number 1 as he locks it in finally. So walk me through a little bit of Suning's composition first, because I do see a lot of key ultimates that will change the face of these fights.
Yeah, Cinder would let you do that, you know, do the camp faster or do the camp healthier. It feels like this lets you impact the map more, as that's what we're seeing Beishang look to do right now.
Now, he's spotted an award, but Suning may have thought that Beishang's just going in to get vision, as he's in the perfect position. The flash used, but he's sent back. Hops anyway, stunned up. More damage needed, but they secure it. And WE on the board for first blood.
And just nice setup coming out from WE. We see Breathe keeping the wave in a neutral place, so he can look for that all-in. Hecarim, with all the changes to mobility creep throughout this split. Oh my god, hysterics. It's going down again.
No, the teleport into the gate. You know Beishang was still here. Bin has the Zillion ult from base though, but they still time it out. He thought he was being cheeky. He thought he was being... Test.
We need to remember that Breed still does have TP advantage. Also, Breed will be about to have that dominance up. Suning want to look for the contest.
Oh my god, it happened again. And you know what? Super Mega Death Rocket will do it. Breed TP'd! He TP'd after
that. Yeah. But Suning are the team getting every single objective.
And man, Huanfeng gets the gold for the Dragon, and he's also going to get the turret plating here. But Beishang running in like all horses should. That's the wombo we wanted to see. He's brought back, and down he goes. Magnet Storm's way too late, and the Shockwave ends up giving a double over to Missing. Not the person you wanted on, but at least for WE to fight back and punish hard.
So the dynamic of the game stays the same, right? Suning are the ones making these more objective-focused map plays, not really looking for kills. They're taking it a bit slower. They're prioritizing a lot of farm onto their jungler and their carries, but WE are still the ones pulling the trigger. I really like what Beishang did. Sat behind his bottom lane. Like you said, just ran in there, as all Hecarims now are able to do with Phase Rush, Ghost, and all the other movement speed in this game. Missing follows up, and just really nice coordination coming out from Team WE.
Missing now has a bounty. You don't want to give that over to SOFM, and Jolmong stops his back in the process. Ragnarok used. There's the double rocket jump after getting the shot down. Gets hit with the Undertow, though, as a TP to follow up. Busts the shot to disengage. SOFM still has his flash, though, as Undertow connects, and the rocket from downtown. Oh. Bin gets the easy flash down, and Suning with a double trouble, and now you are, if you're WE.
WE thought they were punishing SOFM, but Suning in response realized, hey, our top lane turret's almost gone. Let's just overload the bottom side of the map, maybe get a TP out of Breathe, or even just outright get this objective. But I love what SOFM's doing, just forcing in that wave bot. The other 4 members going to defend mid.
He's going to be walking across from the bottom side all the way through for a potential flank. WE grouping up behind the Herald, who will help get the mid lane turret. As it goes down, Missing sets up the engage onto On. Dissonance follows with a lot of damage as well. And as Herald falls down, SOFM now...
I think for their composition, it's fine as well when we've highlighted, hey, the later this game goes, it does feel a bit better for Suning. I don't want to discount WE by any means, because they do have a Tristana, they do have an Orianna, and they do have a nice, I'd say, ball delivery slash womp. Both teams right now starting to make that play where they're fighting for vision control over the bottom half of the river. It is 140 until Drake,
hang on. Camera pans away at the wrong time. Beishang stops SOFM's back, but his whole team was waiting for it. That was a ruse, and it was Ragnarok. That means SOFM can't just blindly walk in and go for the steal, while Bin and Honor on the other side of this Dragon. They peel off, and Suning decide to give it up as Missing actually flashes for the hook, hits a minion instead, and Angel is an absolute clock wizard as Beishang goes in the background. He gets knocked up and can't use his ultimate. That's a great pick for WE as SOFM flashes over the wall. His ulti was already burned, and for WE they continue forward. There's another flash as Missing, contrary to his name, does not miss.
And both teams are honestly just playing around vision so well. We saw Suning doing it to start off, kind of utilizing that control ward they have over the wall to get some poke damage out. And then for WE, we see Missing going into that brush. I feel like SOFM popped Ragnarok way too early, didn't realize how few members were there. I gotta stop, because WE are looking to bait out this fight.
They do it fast with the Tristana. Look at Jolmong, going to be crucial in this fight. Huanfeng at full HP as well. Ragnarok still not up and available as Bin's going into the Mega Gnar. Over into the pit, WE have bursted out. And Suning said, we'll take it, no problem. But the shockwave from Shank's great. Can Jolmong and this mid laner clean it up? As SOFM says no. Jolmong running for his life as the Undertow connects with the flash. And WE left with 180 carry and a lot of blinking health bars.
WE trying to find the fight. They go to the Baron. They think that they can win it with the numbers advantage that they have available. But just great play coming out from Bin and Huanfeng is Jolmong.
Can he do this?
What's the challenge?
The biggest question is, as he walks over, gets stunned. A lot of low health bars again, but Bin has teleported back at full HP. Jomong at half. But Baron is going to be given over. Suning have the edge in this game. A 3k gold lead and a fight.
Great to see from On setting that play up, Bin with the follow-up, and just letting Huanfeng be that big hyper carry.
As Beishang's not done, WE actually starting the fight again. Shockwave hits 3 though. Zillionot will come out. We're about to dance to the Chrono Shift as he comes back, but On has done it again. Gets the Attractor Repel, and now Huanfeng's free hitting. WE are destroyed because On is no longer off. WE dead, and Suning with the Baron have the game in the palm of their hands.
And it's so great to see a rookie like this stepping up. On had all the question marks around him this split, but 2 amazing engages this game set up Suning for the win. And Suning just having so much momentum off their last series. It is a pleasure to watch.
They're running it forward, Lyric. A game 1 that was a bit back and forth. WE forced that play, but Suning outplayed in the end. A game 1 that has really ramped us up. In 26 minutes of Suning run into the Nexus to take game number 1. They'll look for the kills as they finish off. The Shockwave comes through, but it's not really a Shockwave, rather. There's a Magnet Storm. Kiana in the jungle, even though SOFM's full of surprises. Today, he keeps it pretty clean, and in game 2, as he smiles, he knows that you're not happy to see the Olaf, but we get the same exact comps, bar the Seraphine.
He has no flash.
That's right, he burned it in the engage, and now he's in the middle of the lane. Bin's chasing after him. The Hop is going to zone him away, and Breathe is going to get tagged up here. First slice of the dice. Turret's going to hit once as well. There's the undertow. And does he want to give it over to his top laner? Yes, he does. Punished well with Suning's first blood.
So we're already seeing some adaptation coming from game 1, just Bin being more hovering towards the bottom half of the map. If any potential like action would have broke out around mid lane, and just kind of guaranteeing, hey, I pushed in my wave, I'm controlling vision topside by getting the scuttle. It's going to open up a point of pressure. I don't think immediately this is really going to equal into any kind of like picks coming out from the side of WE. And a big thing to keep our eye on is the fact that since Bin has just been solo farming in topside, you mentioned he probably is able to pick up that mythic on his back. He is going to start being able to win out. We were so far overextended, but right, your only true engage is the Rel, and sure, I guess you can combo the Seraphine on top of that with the ult range being extended through allies as well. But Suning still coming out as the winner of that play, able to guarantee top turret, but WE going punch for punch in the mid lane.
That'll even up the gold yet again. If I'm just going to wait to see the health of the turret. Maybe not kill the turret, but add a bit of pressure as Bin has now teleported in as well. Look at the map movements. Look at where everyone is. Breathe on the bottom side as Herald charges on in, and it's around this next dragon. This will be Dragon Soul Point if WE can pick it up.
And we do have key items coming out for the side of Suning. Moonstone and Reserve. Bin also being tankier than his counterpart.
A lot of damage coming from Shanks on the return onto SOFM. Jomong backing away as well. River priority given over to Suning. You talked about first here. They were into the river first. They did walk in first. But now WE trying to re-ascertain control themselves, clearing away vision.
And a big thing is we don't have flash on Breathe, but Beishang does have Ghost, and his ultimate is about to be up. So once again, all of our eggs are in the Beishang basket. I do like that we saw him hovering towards the bottom side of the dragon, so he's at least very aware of, again, he needs to be coming at an awkward angle, find his way onto Huanfeng, chain in Shank's ultimate, and try to get that first down. I just don't think it's going to be that easy.
Look at where Bin is, though, for the time being, as Dragon gets started. Onslaught of Shadows still available for Beishang. Bin targeted out. He goes into the middle, though. Sent away is Jomong, but he's out to do no damage as Suning walked towards the rest of WE. It's over in an instant yet again, and Suning have just destroyed WE in game 2.
And I think Suning are just have a very clear understanding of how they need to play out their composition. They're performing mechanically well. They're executing the team fights how they need to, but again, they realize how they need to play these out. They were playing around that choke point around their tower, once again trying to get some poke damage come out from over the wall. They forced their way into river, get on the objective, and again, Renekton has no flash. Missing, shouldn't be able to find advantages to where he's a dead man's plate. He already has another winged moon plate to where Breathe is just sitting on his stride breaker and a phage.
Been a really rough time this time around for Breathe as Dragon goes down. Shank's going to try to
read of enemy jungle has been really nice, But I thought WE's early game would be explosive enough, or at least consistent enough, for them to, you know, pick up some advantages and run those home.
As on, that's the Magnet Storm again. He'll die for it. There's the encore. Do you want more? As SOFM joins the party. Shockwave great though, but Beisheng dies as he goes into the onslaught of shadows. The pony dies. The RSPCA called, and Suning do it all again.
And Suning now just going to be able to push through the base. Death timer is only 20 seconds, so they don't want to overforce for any kind of end. They're just going to take the safe route, turn this into a Baron. Health bars are you know, about 50%, but still only Jomung up. I don't expect him to look for any shenanigans that he was threatening last game. Now Suning, I'm sorry, going to come up on the map. They're not only going to be able to push that side lane advantage even further, but look at items as well.
For WE, you know, Shockwave is great. Even though Beisheng goes down, he hits the onslaught of shadows with half of the fear range. But Suning still prevail. Huanfeng still prevails. And in this series, Suning are showing up massive. As I feel like for WE, some of the execution gonna need some work if we go to this game 3, 2-0 down. WE on their last legs in front of the base. Beisheng poking out. And Suning left as a 4 as that blast cone. Cheeky as well. And Bin sitting in the bottom side, pushing in against this Renekton.
I mean, W have one play available to them, and again, it's like a disadvantageous play as well, as they need to give up one lane and just all in the other side. Try to find a pick off, and then give themselves some more breathing room to where after they counteract the other push, Suning will then have to back off. But Ragnarok coming out...
Yeah, missing, waiting for the engage.
I don't think action should break out.
Oh, no, On's done it again. Attractor repel. The encore flies through, and everyone are in from Suning. Huanfeng at full HP. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how this fight's going to go. This is going to match point as soon as it's begun. Beisheng yet again going to die at the hands of who knows as Huanfeng burns him down. And Suning just look absolutely on point here today. They destroyed LNG, and they want to do it again against WE.
Just great performance coming out. Jomung, though,
everyone
it
goes
doesn't
golden.
matter. Suning are going to get the win. They're going to pick up another kill. And already on match point again. They were the lower seed. They were coming in, I think, in a lot of people's minds as the underdog into this.
I think we do. We get the Na versus Renekton again, but hey, at least we got a different draft.
I think it's a good call, right? Because sure, you could go for the Jax. You have, you know, some potential to outtrade level 1, and then again, make
Leon.
Yeah, nice to see the teamwork coming out from SOFM and On, but Beisheng...
Eaten up yet
again.
They're
fine.
Beisheng's still chasing him. Well, yeah, but let's just see if it goes any further. Ignite's down from missing the damage, at least to force him away from the Gromp, who is losing his patience. Teleport being burnt as well. This is going to evolve. Exhaust goes down onto Beisheng. There's a gold card from Angel, and Suning strike first yet again. Jomung with the Arcane Shift over the wall, slowed down thanks to Shanks, but he doesn't have too much mana, and Suning yet...
Tower, he's still able to pick all that one up, and Angel gets to mid right as Shanks forces that one out. So Suning losing nothing on that play. Oh, On though.
Yeah, he flashes away. Huanfeng is still in a bit of trouble. Wait for this Mystic Shot. Couple more autos. Flash forward by Jomung, but eaten up by On.
Oh,
and Jomung dies
God.
for the turret. Tahm Kench does that, man, and you got to respect it.
Comment, which is the aggressive trading rune as well. So at least there's you know, a point of pressure somewhere. And even Breathe is doing just fine. Oh,
True.
Destiny.
Hey, Destiny exists as well. Jomung gets
No
hit
flash.
with that. There's the Chains of Corruption onto Huanfeng. Yeah, give him more gold. Who's now 3-0 Varus.
Both Gnar and then Varus and Tahm Kench are pushing in. They can follow up at any moment. Beisheng, though, going to try to respond with the bottom lane gank.
Chains of Corruption. That exists.
It's all pointless hysterics. It's all... I'm really curious to see Huanfeng's damage after this game. Because you think about it. He was stuck, you know, sitting in that isolated 2v2 laning phase this whole time, ahead as Lethality Varus just throwing out these Qs constantly. It's probably going to be off the charts. 60 CS advantage.
And
now we're just going to see Suning do a great job of continuing to control vision. I love that SOFM just continuously getting punished, but an interesting point about vision and the fact that he did go right is you have Karma, you have Hecarim. Have movement speed buffs, they're at least able to, you know, get in place to try to counteract a play like that very easily. Finn does have to back off. W are trying. They have their members here. Breathe is going for the back. He's going to try and TP in, but there is no flank ward to go to. I'm actually kind of surprised that Suning just respect this one and back off. Finn is nowhere close to Mega, but still.
Maybe it's a ruse.
They're going to go for it.
Destiny's Gate, where's it going to? I haven't seen this Twisted Fate behind enemy lines. The poke coming through again. Dragon resets. Angel's in with a gold card onto missing. He's drawing them in as the Everfrost finds a two-man stun. Bin not into Mega though, and SOFM over the wall. Baiting them yet again as Breathe has a full Fury bar. But the Dragon, the damage is going down way too quick. WE need to make a decision. Beisheng on Sword of Shadows. He doesn't take it away. There's the Mountain Soul. And Suning find the first. Angel zoning them away. Bin does it again. The Na's unhappy with his current living situation and takes it out on WE. Goodbye, World Elite, and hello, Suning.
And Suning do it again. It just comes down to one massive team fight where they're able to step up. They already had the advantage. Beisheng not able to win the Smite fight, as he really shouldn't be able to. He was level 10. SOFM was level 12. Bin finding an amazing ultimate, and they're going to be able to convert this one into a Baron.
Man, Suning, this just looks like a riffy-diffy yet again. Not like what we saw with LNG, but Suning's decision-making is prime, is key. It's 8-0 Lyric. It's an 8k gold lead that will extend to 10,000. Mountain Soul and the Purple Worm adds on to Suning here, and this is just...
Probably dive inhibitor turrets.
Just force it in, right? Kane finally evolved here with Edge of Night for SOFM. 2.5 items strong here. Also note Serelda's grudge for Huan Fong, so he has an icy touch to the tip of his arrows, and 5-0 and 1, it has been Huan Fong diff, it has been diff across the rift as WE are trying to mitigate that back. Everfrost the burst, down goes the top laner front line as Beisheng's left to his own devices. Angel in the back line, and WE thought they had the pick. This was WE who thought they had everything. The rapid fire cannon gold card nets the start of a double. Shank sends the Emperor, or rather the soldiers out to keep him alive, but he's the only one left alive at this point. SOFM on the chase, and you just know that his Emperor of Egypt is saying goodnight for a final time.
Just great performance coming out from Suning, the diversity in their picks, the way they're able to play out through these sidelines, their team fighting. It's just been such a pleasure to watch. Such a dominant, unexpected 3-0 by Suning.
Against LNG, it was a quick 3-0. Against WE, they don't care. They've got a dinner date with top esports ready to hit into the top 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Suning are definitely on with or without Sword Art.
And I know it's something we're going to talk about later, but just really quick, we're getting the rematch once again, the grudge match that's kind of forming between TS and Suning, right? We had the LPL semifinal, World semifinal, and we're going to get it once again. Just great performance all around, and it's so nice to see Suning kind of ramp up to this form slowly. It's